Tonight, controversy over education. As calls for students returning to the classroom come from the White House, health officials have a different idea what this means for local schools.
Plus, Minnesota health officials could be loosening restrictions on visitors in nursing homes.
And 3 years and still no answers. The latest on the murder of a Hibbing man that authorities say is still unsolved.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Bakke.
And I'm Anthony Matt. Thanks for joining us. As the 2020-21 school year draws closer, parents are wondering if their children will head back to the classroom come fall.
CBS3's Leanne Valdez heard from Hermantown school officials about their plans.
Parents are feeling the heat more than usual this summer.
There's a lot going on right now to think about.
They're anxiously waiting for guidance from Minnesota officials if they can send their children back to school come fall.
If the schools are open, my children will be going.
Diane Matthews is a mother of two and a Hermantown school board member. She says her children are ready to go back.
My elementary schooler really missed his teachers and his classmates and that day-to-day interaction.
Hermantown School Superintendent Wayne Whitman says the district is working hard to prepare for whatever may come their way.
We're really preparing three different models. We're preparing the distance learning, the hybrid, and if students can come back.
Whichever model they plan to introduce is sitting on the Department of Health and Education's hand, along with Governor Walz.
The CDC is also coming out with guidelines, so kind of keeping track of all of them and making sure we fit within those guidelines.
And even so, Whitman says their plan could change depending on the severity of coronavirus in Minnesota.
Because we also don't know. The year might start with one of those models, and we might have to switch as the year progresses.
Whitman says at the end of the day, it's about having one goal in mind.
We want students to be back at the same time. We want to keep everybody safe. So it's trying to balance those two things. How do we bring them back and keep everyone safe at the same time and provide a quality education? Because if it ends up being...
The Minnesota Department of Education and the governor are expected to make an announcement regarding school plans on July 27th.
And Dave joined us for a quick look at the weather. Dave, pleasant day out there for a lot of us.
Yeah, very pleasant day, Tony. One reason, the dew points are going down.
Okay.
So let's get a look at those dew points. Again, keeping in mind, once they get into the 50s, you can feel the humidity, but it's when it really gets into the 60s that it becomes uncomfortable. Well, we're dipping back into the 50s, so the humidity hasn't gone away, but it is more tolerable. And likely will stay that way through the weekend. And for the most part, I think the weekend's going to be a dry one because the high pressure overhead right now is stronger than the weak low pressure off to our west. But that little low pressure system will try to work around, and so that sets us up for a forecast for our weekend that looks like this. Tonight should be clear to partly cloudy as the high pressure system wins completely. But Saturday and Sunday afternoon and evening hours get slight 20% chances for a precip payoff as that little low tries to work past the high. So in general, it should be sunny and pleasant weekend. Not overly warm, upper 70s, very nice. Next good chance of rain, that'll be on Tuesday, which we'll talk about more in a few more minutes.
Thanks, Dave. A proposal by the Trump administration could have a major impact on international students studying in the U.S.
If colleges aren't providing on-campus classes, those students would have to find a new school or return home. As CBS3's Emma Quinn reports, students in the Twin Ports wouldn't be spared.
The Trump administration's recent announcement on international students could mean students are forced to go home or transfer colleges if they can't go to class on campus. Northland colleges like UMD and Lake Superior College have been working out their plans for the fall semester. For LSC, courses will likely be in a hybrid fashion, half online and in person. Vice President Daniel Fanning says their international program has been growing over the last few years. Many students come to LSC to transition to the U.S. and help save money on classes. Fanning says they are an integral part of their school's campus, and not having them would be detrimental.
They learn from us, but we learn so much from them as well. So it's a treat to have them in our community.
Some schools like UMD have been in touch with international students to help them navigate a plan for the fall semester. Officials say it is a challenge because anything could change at any time. Many college officials say that international students do more than attend class. They largely participate in the Twin Ports community.
Thanks, Emma. Several Ivy League colleges have filed lawsuits against President Trump and his proposal. The state of California is also suing the president.
Invasive species infestation was avoided at the Canadian border. It happened during an inspection at the International Falls border. U.S. Customs and Border Protection agriculture specialists intercepted invasive horntail wasps in a rail container from China. Horntail wasps lay eggs in trees rooting lumber. The container was denied entry and returned to China. Border agriculture specialists had a total of 167 pest-related incidents during this time.
New details tonight in an assault on a 65-year-old woman on a Duluth trail this morning. Police have identified the suspect as a Duluth firefighter. Police say the attack happened along a Traverse Trail in the city's Norton Park neighborhood this morning shortly after 8. Late today, police arrested and cited 48-year-old Conrad Sunday in connection with the attack. Police say the woman asked Sunday to leash his dogs, which prompted the assault, causing non-life-threatening facial injuries. Police say he had been riding his bike with 3 dogs off a leash. Sunday was cited for 5th-degree assault and having his dogs off the leash. City officials say they are aware of the incident but won't comment since it's a personnel matter. Meanwhile, police in Ashland say a man who pointed a gun at another man in a car with a 1-year-old child is facing charges tonight. Police say the suspect ran from police when they tried to arrest him following the incident Thursday afternoon. A canine officer was able to stop him. Police say the 2 men did know each other.
The Minnesota DFL party is hosting a rally on police reform. Saturday's rally is meant to call attention to the upcoming special session in St. Paul and urge Minnesota State Republicans to pass meaningful police reform. The Democratic House and the GOP Senate have gone back and forth on their own reform packages, none of which had movement in the regular special legislative session. The rally will take place in White Bear Lake.
The Wisconsin Supreme Court has sidestepped a chance to rein in the governor's veto power. The court today upheld one partial veto that Democratic Governor Tony Evers made last year, but struck down 3 others. Evers has one of the most powerful vetoes in the country. The ruling came after the Supreme Court yesterday upheld the laws that the legislature passed during a lame duck session to weaken Evers' powers before he took office.
It remains unclear tonight whether the heavily protested Dakota Access Pipeline will be shut down for an upcoming environmental review. A U.S. district judge ordered the pipeline shut down on Monday by August 5th for an environmental assessment. The operator of the pipeline appealed, but today a federal judge rejected the operator's request. That effectively sends the case to a panel of appeals court judges. Operators of the pipeline estimate it would take 3 months to empty the pipe and preserve it.
3 years and tonight, still no answers in the murder of a 60-year-old Hibbing man. Brian Nelson was found stabbed to death in his home on July 10th of 2017. He owned the bottle shop just next door. Authorities say the doors to Nelson's home were locked and there were no signs of a break-in or a struggle. Hibbing police say they followed several leads, but all have turned up nothing. There is a $25,000 reward on the table for information leading to an arrest and conviction.
The Minnesota Department of Health issued new guidelines today allowing family members to visit their loved ones in long-term care facilities. The guidance recognizes the need to meet the social and emotional needs of residents in these facilities, not just their health needs. The department is now allowing facilities to designate a family member or friend as an essential caregiver. Those people will have expanded access to visit care facilities, which have largely been on lockdown to prevent new COVID cases.
As facilities are able to offer more visitation opportunities, it's important for all of us to do our part to follow recommendations of wearing masks, not going to a facility if you're sick, and keeping distance between people.
Providers are now asked to talk with residents about designating their essential caregivers. They also have to establish screening policies to keep the expanded visits as safe as possible.
Duluth first responders received an anonymous donation today in the way of prepaid restaurant vouchers. The Duluth Police Foundation announced the donation of 342 strong Northland vouchers this morning. The vouchers, valued at nearly $7,000, are being distributed to frontline Duluth police, fire, and ambulance department members. Strong Northland is an effort providing an economic stimulus to the Twin Ports area amid the COVID-19 pandemic. You can find a link to purchase the vouchers on our website, CBS3Duluth.com.
Starting Monday, residents commuting through Hibbing could be detoured. MnDOT will be starting work on Highway 73 south of Hibbing. The The BNSF Railroad Bridge, about 2.5 miles south of Highway 169, will be rehabilitated. A detour will be posted. Motorists are asked to use caution in the work zone and detour. And a heads up, if you're driving in downtown Duluth tonight, Michigan Street at 2nd Avenue West will be closed as crews work on a water main. The closure starts at 7 p.m. Work will be taking place around the clock to reopen the street on Saturday.
Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, as campaigning ramps up, a women's group is putting their vote behind the president. Why they think they can garner more female support for him after the break.
Normal high temp is 76. Today, Duluth made 82, so the warm spell technically is continuing, but it hasn't been as warm as it was just a few days ago. I think it's going to be a pretty tolerable weekend coming our way. We'll talk about what temperatures and precip chances will do coming up after our break.
Live, local, CBS 3 News at 6 with Kristen Bucky, Anthony Matt, Kelly Hinson, and weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on Live, local, CBS 3. Watch Dave, Caitlin, and Austin for local weather you can trust on CBS.
Incredible deals, huge markdowns, plus free doorstep shipping on everything. What a sale. The 4th of July sale at Slumberland Furniture.
This right here is confidence in a bottle. It just gives you such a boost of confidence.
Not only does it change you on the outside, but something on the inside, knowing that you're looking better.
It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt in my life.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Well, today we're going to see one for ourselves and let you be the judge. It's called Plexiderm, and lifestyle expert Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and you'll notice the model has bags underneath his eyes and some sagging, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face, and that's how easy it is.
All right, what's the active ingredient?
Okay, so it's silicates that are minerals found in shale rock, and what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes, and as little as 10 minutes, no prescriptions, and very little effort. Even watching the video, this is a real, it's a model, but it's a real guy with real bags underneath his eyes. And I did this to my father. We were at home. I had the timer on, and we were screaming. 4 minutes, 34 seconds, completely gone.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. These lines bother me. They really do. And this is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It was amazing. It feels good. Feels great. Looks even better.
And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles. So it targets all those problem areas.
So this would be a daily thing? Or
it absolutely could be a daily thing. But the way you want to do it is you want to have a clean, dry face. You use a small amount because it's so powerful. You have high school reunions. You have events you want to go to. You want to look years younger. This is it.
At our $14.95 price, it's the best way to try Plexiderm and see it work for yourself after your first application. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Right now at Slumberland, get a Sealy mattress, any size for one low price, starting at just $99 each piece when purchased in sets. Want it extra plush? Just $199. The 4th of July mattress sale at Slumberland Furniture.
Join the Greater Downtown Council for movies in the parking lot. Friday nights all summer long. Watch movies from the comfort of your vehicle. Reserve your $10 parking spot ahead of time at downtownduluth.com/events/movies in the park. Present your digital ticket at the gate and enjoy. Bring your own food or have snacks from the concession stands. It all starts on July 17th with this blockbuster presented by Carlson Orthodontics and live local CBS3. Live, local CBS3.
Catch Eye on Parenting every Thursday at 6 with me, Leanne Valdez, on CBS3.
Now, the CBS3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
High pressure cell made the weather very fair around the region today and got a lot of people out and headed towards the bay to do some boat watching. Boat nerds, as they call themselves, love getting out and checking out the shipping traffic. Mike Napoli did that today and got this wonderful picture, beautiful blue sky, calm weather. I think, or calm water. It's going to be like this pretty much through the weekend, but there is a slight chance these clouds may become fat and sassy enough Saturday evening, Sunday afternoon for a couple of showers, but that chance is only 20%. So it's a better chance to keep a hold of the blue sky. Better chance of rain will be with us on Tuesday, and we'll talk about that in just a little bit. But right now, here's a look at the current conditions at the airport in Duluth. Still 79 degrees, 48% for the relative humidity. Northwest winds going 9 miles per hour, and our air pressure's holding steady, just a hair on the high side at 1,013 millibars. Current temperatures. We have 78s from Watersmeet to Ironwood, and that probably includes Hurley, Wisconsin, and Bessemer and Wakefield as well. Lower 80s run from Hayward up towards Ashland, and then from Ashland to Superior. Upper 70s is one exception being found here in Solon Springs, at least at the airport, sharing that temperature with Moose Lake and Barnum. 81, Two Harbors and Silver Bay. Upper 70s from Ely through Virginia and Evelyn and into Hibbing and Chisholm towards Grand Rapids as well. 70s also International Falls. That'll be the gist of our temperatures for the weekend. Instead of being oh so close to 90 like last weekend, we're going to be more like oh so close to 80. And it'll be much more tolerable as dew points go down as well. Doppler map right now shows the high pressure and control of Minnesota, Wisconsin, and most of Michigan here, bringing in a clear sky, just a couple of clouds here and there. And the rain that lingered from Wednesday is finally departing even the Marquette area, drying us up for the time being and for the most part. High pressure, that'll try to keep this low pressure system at bay on Saturday, and so the result will be just a 20% chance for showers in the evening, and I think Aiken has the best chance of getting any sort of precipitation payoff. Then that low will head to the southeast because the high will be blocking it, and come Sunday in the afternoon, still a 20% chance for showers trying to infiltrate the region, but for the most part should be kept away by the dry high, which probably will be gone by Tuesday. That's when we get our better chance of rain. So forecast-wise, tonight, Minnesota gets a partly cloudy sky with low temps from 53 to 63. Wisconsin and Michigan low temps will run about 56 to 59, partly cloudy sky. Then for tomorrow, partly cloudy, Wisconsin, Michigan, 78 to 82 with just that very slight chance for the showers in the evening. And into Minnesota, looking at that same 20% evening shower chance, 70s by the lake, close to 80 inland, cooler than last week and should be pretty decent. Monday, mostly sunny, dry and 80. Tuesday, 60% chance for showers and storms coming from a more vigorous low pressure system, Tony, and the latest models do indicate it could be fairly decent for the rain totals as well. Of course, things can change from now until then.
Yeah.
We'll keep an eye on it.
We still need rain. We just hope it doesn't come in those totals that bring flooding with it.
That's why I'm keeping my fingers crossed and not getting people too shook up yet. Just keep in mind it could be wet.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on it. Thanks, Dave. Polling shows female voters have shifted away from President Donald Trump since he carried Wisconsin in 2016.
But the Women for Trump campaign has hit the ground running, and they say they are confident they can secure the female vote come November. Here's Brendan Cullerton.
The Women for Trump bus made its first appearance since the pandemic began today, hoping to send a message to Wisconsin women.
By far, he is the best choice for women. We saw that women's unemployment was at an all-time low before we had to artificially shut down.
The most recent Marquette Law poll suggests the president has ground to make up, trailing Joe Biden by 15 points with female voters in the state.
You know, I was with the president on the campaign trail in 2016, and I think the numbers said the same thing. And I never doubted for a second that we were going to be fine.
Biden and Trump are virtually tied among white women without a college degree, but white women with a college degree supported Biden by a 60 to 36 margin in the last Marquette Law poll.
As soon as the economy started to
UWM professor Mordecai Lee says there's a reason the campaign began its nationwide tour in suburban Milwaukee.
Wisconsin is going to elect the next president. And within Wisconsin, college-educated women are going to elect the next president. So that's what we're seeing going on today.
The Biden for President campaign sent us the statement, Donald Trump will always put his own divisive interests ahead of Wisconsin women and families. His dangerous push to repeal the Affordable Care Act would kick more than 200,000 Wisconsinites off their health insurance and bring us back to the days where being a woman itself was considered a pre-existing condition.
This was the first media event for the bus tour in the state. It will continue touring Wisconsin and end up at the Republican State Convention in Green Bay this weekend.
Coming up in sports, a 2022 Olympic hopeful is staying busy during the offseason. Kelly explains next.
Hi, I'm Dr. Charity Reynolds. I would like to remind you that COVID-19 is still around. Remember to wash your hands, wear your mask, and stay home as much as possible. Thank you.
CBS3 live cams are brought to you by Kohler Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. You're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler.
I'm Carrie Harris, owner of Diabetic and Comfort Shoes. We have been in business in the Northland helping you with your everyday foot problems stemming from diabetes to plantar fasciitis for the past 17 years. Stop in and see the complete line of men's and women's shoes, from SAS to Allegria to Vionic, for those millions of people battling plantar fasciitis. And we still have a great selection of comfortable shoes for diabetics, Medicare and Minnesota healthcare approved. Remember, no foot problem is too big or too small. We'll find the way to your soul.
Built to handle heavy-duty construction jobs, New Holland equipment is also at home on your farm. Handle bales with ease and comfort. Quickly move material and feed. Clean out and refresh bedding. Build and maintain farm roads. A complete lineup of New Holland light construction equipment is ready and waiting to get to work. Visit your local New Holland dealer to learn more about why New Holland equipment is the right choice for your farm.
No one serves you better than Lulich Implement.
Hope for Kids Child Care Center is opening soon. To enroll your infant, toddler, or preschooler, call 218-724-1510.
Water makes life possible on Earth and in our homes. Culligan conserves this resource with its high-efficiency water softener, the world's best because it uses less water, and that matters to all of us. Click or call Culligan Water and start saving today.
America's most watched network. Tonight, starting at 7, only on CBS3 Duluth. Then, stay tuned for CBS3 News at 10.
The show critics are praising as genius is now the Emmy winner for Outstanding Talk Show Host. What? And the stars love it too.
You're so good!
The Kelly Clarkson Show, weekdays at 3 on live local CBS3.
Hi, I'm Dr. Charity Reynolds. I would like to remind you that COVID-19 is still around. Remember to wash your hands, wear your mask, and stay home as much as possible. Thank you.
The show critics are praising as genius is now the Emmy winner for Outstanding Talk Show Host.
What?
That's a standing ovation. Yeah. And the stars love it too.
You're so good!
America's Sweetheart is a hit and everything we love.
Oh my God!
This is why we connect. Hey. You say y'all, I say y'all.
That's how you say it.
You're wrong.
The Kelly Clarkson Show, weekdays at 3 on live local CBS3.
In this job, you will all be put to the test. America's toughest workers.
I retired from the Marine Corps. I'm a firefighter.
Will battle each other at real job sites. All you have to do is put one of these cars in a box.
Finally being able to break something.
Don't cut your cord. Let's power.
Focus. Focus.
I want to see how tough I am.
Tough as Nails. New episode Wednesday, 8/7 Central on CBS.
Live, local, CBS3.
A 2022 Winter Olympic hopeful is staying busy during the offseason. He launched the first of its kind virtual training program for junior curlers. Corey Dropkin announced on Monday the creation of Katie's Club, a program designed to teach junior players an array of skills both on and off the ice. Set to begin in August, Katie's Club will have 3 identical 6-week virtual divisions focusing on dry land conditioning. The 3 divisions consist of players from the greater Denver area, the Grand National Curling Club region, and finally all junior U.S. curlers. The Dropkin says the one reason he launched the program is because fitness has become a huge factor in curling.
Curling's really, you're consistently doing an extended lunge and it's on ice, and so one, it's slippery, you really got to work on your stability muscles and your mobility, and you know, we've just found that the more fitness focused curlers become, the more consistent and the easier to improve in the sport.
With the program already on Dropkin's plate, that hasn't shied him away from his routine with his teammates who are chasing a 2022 Winter Olympics berth.
Really just continuing to focus on areas in which we can improve our fitness level, our mind game, and really just being able to improve on our focus on the little pieces that will, make a difference when it comes time to, to compete again.
St. Scholastica has officially introduced Kevin Moore as their next bench boss for the men's hockey program. He replaces Tim Madsen, who resigned back in April. Moore is a former Division I goaltender, but was most recently an assistant coach at Adrian College in Michigan, where he helped the Bulldogs to an NCHA title. The Saints coaching change is yet another transition for the program as they prepare to move to the MIAC next season. It's Moore's first college head coaching job, and he thinks that Duluth will be a great fit for him with a great hockey culture and many future recruits right in its backyard.
Duluth to me seems like the premier destination for D3 hockey players, or hockey players in general, obviously with the success of UMD the last few years. And I'm just so excited to get going. I'm so excited to get our players to get uncomfortable and to have them make connections through life and hockey. Like, I think, the goal here is to win and be really successful, winning championships and things like that. But first and foremost, I want us to have good people who are developing life skills on the ice so that when they graduate, they're going to make the community proud in whatever profession they choose.
Finally, Philadelphia 76ers big man Joel Embiid wasn't taking any chances Thursday as he began his trip down to Florida. Take a look. Embiid arrived at the Philly airport and pulled on what happened to be a full hazmat suit, including a mask and gloves. Embiid and the 76ers were traveling to Orlando to enter the NBA's bubble as the league looks to finish out its season at Disney World. The Sixers big man had previously said he's not a big fan of playing in the bubble, but added he's going to do his job and that he won't let the city, his family, and teammates down. And hopefully he will not get the virus with that hazmat suit. That's going to do it for sports. We'll have more right back at 10. Kristen and Tony, I'm going to send it back to you.
He had to have special ordered that, right?
He had to have. He's like 7 feet tall.
Well, they say a dog is man's best friend, but this pup in Wisconsin will tell you police officers in particular are her best friend.
Yeah, take a look at this body camera video. Caledonia police officer Corey Radke rushed into a burning house only to find 12-year-old Diesel alone and scared on a couch. Officer Radke was able to pick her up and rush her out to safety. A happy ending to a very scary situation for that poor little pup. Look at that. She must have been so scared.
I bet.
Yeah.
All right, Dave. Friday, everybody has their eyes on the weather.
Yeah, they sure do. And there shouldn't be that much to watch, frankly, except beauty. It'll abound. We don't have to worry about any big storms this weekend.
Good.
Just a couple of little showers might pop up Saturday evening and then might reappear Sunday afternoon. Otherwise, it's going to be clear to partly cloudy and a lot more tolerable temperature-wise than it was last weekend when a lot of places were cracking 90 with high dew points. Now we'll be close to 80 with lower dew points. There is a good chance for rain, though, coming our way Tuesday, which could be a soaker. Some charts indicate another couple of inches here. Again, it's too early to get too alarmed, but just be ready just in case it does come across.
CBS3